trunks, they ever ready. Assault and battery, if you scared, you never ready.
Okay, this video is going to be on The Rock, and definitely the main topic of discussion ever since Monday. That surprise return really just livened things up everywhere. 15th anniversary of SmackDown. Him and Triple H had that that great little back and forth. I enjoyed it. I don't know about other people, but it was very good, and that's pretty much what this video is going to be about. Is what he did on Monday and what he did on Friday. Where Monday, you could have sworn that by the way that the things were going, you were going to kind of see a Rock versus Rusev little feud, possibly a match. Then on Friday, they bluntly said, hey, Triple H and Rock, if it were to happen at WrestleMania, who would win? Ever since WrestleMania 30, really, when Rock kind of did his little Q&A about, I don't even remember what the tweet was, but someone asked him, what are you doing for WrestleMania? He said, I'm not doing anything for 30. The original plan was him versus Brock, but, you know, they couldn't come to terms. But he said WrestleMania 31, we'll see what happens. A lot of people were already saying that, hey, WrestleMania 31 is going to be the year of The Rock going into the Hall of Fame. He'll have that one last match, and he'll ride off into the sunset and kind of really put a closing on his wrestling career, which is a good way to go, but it just seems like if they were to do that, who would he have the match with? Is there anybody even on the roster that's big enough to go against The Rock? He's faced Cena already. I highly doubt he'll face The Undertaker since the streak isn't even... There's no need for those two to go at it. I can really see them going and following through with a Triple H versus Rock match. And to be honest, by the way that promo went on Friday on SmackDown, I think the match would... Well, I think the feud would be good. The build-up would be good, but the match, I think, would be just another Triple H versus Rock match. And to be honest with you guys, for me, I was never the biggest fan of the Rock versus Triple H feud or matches in general, excluding the SummerSlam 1998 ladder match. That was definitely my favorite match of the two. But everything else really right over my head. It seems like, you know, on the microphone, I guess they're great together, but when it comes to in-ring style, I don't know. Something about the two don't click for me. That I just find them both, when they go at it against each other, just not very good at all. They just seem very generic, nothing very special, to be quite honest. Things could be different now. You know, both guys are definitely a lot more smarter when it comes to what to do in the ring and what to grab the people, because I think that promo, just being a pre-tape, they knew what would pop the crowd, what to do, what to say, and it was very well done. And guys like Stone Cold commented on it, saying it was one hell of a backstage segment. And I couldn't agree more. It was very good. And then you have Rusev. On Monday, you could have sworn that they're going to do a Rock versus Rusev match somewhere down the line, because they didn't make Rusev look dumb. They really held off on the Rock bottom and the people's elbow. Rock kind of just gave him a couple punches and sent him packing. And it's one of those things that The Rock is literally the biggest wrestler, the biggest superstar of you know, that currently comes here and there, because Stone Cold's not coming that much, and really that's all that can really compare. Would you really have him waste that opportunity, waste that appearance, waste that special match against a guy like Alexander Rusev? I don't think the fans will be as welcoming or really accept Rusev as a guy credible enough to face The Rock. And the same thing happened with Bray Wyatt really at WrestleMania 30, and I still can't believe they followed through with the match where it was just the Wyatt family versus the Shield. That's all they were doing, and that should have been the WrestleMania match, but they had that match. That feud was like a 2-month thing, and they had Wyatt versus Cena. And I thought to myself, I'm like, Cena's the number one guy in the company, and Bray Wyatt was definitely not even on the top 5. How can we take this match seriously? And I'm like, you know, it was pretty obvious at the time that, hey, you know, Cena's going to do the job for Bray Wyatt, kind of put him over, make him, you know, from this level to up here. And like the match, like the build-up was good. You know, they did some cool things here and there, nice promos. Then the match came, nothing special at all. I remember watching it live, sitting in the building. It wasn't anything to really go home about. But when Cena won, that was like putting the coffin, the nail inside the coffin for Bray Wyatt's career, because I think after WrestleMania 30, that one loss really ruined everything for him in the long run. And I think it was Steve Yeah, it definitely was Steve. He said Bray Wyatt could win Bray Wyatt could lose or win 1,000 matches down the line, but because he lost that one match at WrestleMania 30, none of those even matter, because that was the one match he had to win, he had to go over, and he had to look strong. And you can say he looked strong in that match because it was all the storytelling that, hey, accept this, that you're this, you're that, give him the chair, hit him with the chair. But the fact that he took the 3 count was definitely no one expected that, and I think it hurt Bray Wyatt even to this day. He wasn't on Night of Champions. I don't even know what he's doing for Hell in a Cell, to be quite honest, but it just shows you how far off the scale he's really fallen. And you just wonder what would have happened if he beat John Cena at WrestleMania 30 with 78,000 whatever people watching. He took the loss, and now he is paying for it. And same thing could happen with Rusev, because I highly doubt that The Rock is going to lay down for Rusev. So when it comes to that match, I hope I don't see that match, because I think The Rock's so much better and should be facing someone a lot more credible and with a lot more, equal amount of star power to himself. So that's just my suggestion. You got guys like Jericho on the roster, could happen. You put Batista in there, but I don't know. I think right now the best deal was to do Triple H versus The Rock. I think everyone would be happy with that. Whether or not the match is good or not, it's just the that one more time nostalgia thing, going back to Judgment Day 2000 when you had the Iron Man match. And you know the drill. Yeah, but that's all. See you guys in the next video.